Good morning, everyone, and thanks for taking the time to watch the videos. This morning, I have Gemma Brown with me from Smith Neufeld Jolwin Law Offices. Gemma is going to share with us some information about what your responsibility is as a seller when it comes to disclosing info on your home.
Good morning, and thanks Elaine for having me back. As Elaine mentioned, my name is Gemma Brown, and I'm a partner with Smith Neufeld Jolwin in our Steinbach main office. Today, I would like to speak on disclosure requirements of sellers. A few years ago, Manitoba adopted the use of property disclosure statements within real estate transactions. The form is a prescribed form, and it is often attached to an offer to purchase. What you may be surprised to know as a seller is that there is no legal requirement to complete the property disclosure statement. That is, most are often surprised to find out that a seller does not have to tell a prospective buyer about all of the defects in a property that he or she knows about. In fact, the seller only has to disclose the most serious defects, known in law as material defects, and then only if those defects are not visible or apparent on a reasonable inspection of the home. A material defect is a problem with the property that makes it dangerous, unfit for human habitation, or unsuitable for its intended purposes. This can include such things as severe mold problems that amounts to a health concern, a foundation so damaged that water pours into the basement when it rains, or other serious conditions. However, with the use of disclosure statements increasing, a prospective buyer can have a much more informed and comprehensive understanding of the condition of the home before he or she finalizes a purchase. This statement is signed by the sellers, and in it, they advise that they have disclosed of any defects or problems of which they are aware. If a seller is not aware of a problem, it won't be noted in the property disclosure statement. Without the completion of a property disclosure statement, other lesser defects of which a seller is aware do not have to be disclosed. This can remain silent. These aren't the types of defects that will make a home unsafe to live in, but they can be defects that will sooner or later require repair and which would have affected a decision of a buyer to buy or the price he or she would be willing to pay. This can include problems with the foundation, roof, wiring, plumbing, and heating, as well as work that has been completed on the property and whether there are any issues in the yard like drainage problems. Of course, the seller of a home is not legally allowed to take steps to purposely hide visible defects of any kind. And further, if asked, a seller has to be fully truthful about their knowledge of the condition of any part of the property. If a seller answers a question on a property disclosure statement, and it is determined that the seller in fact knew of a problem, the seller could be liable to the buyer for damages. This is a fairly highly litigated area of real estate law. Your own agent will be able to assist you in reviewing and completing a property disclosure statement. Again, remember that if you answer a question, it must be truthful. You can go on to advise of the concerns that might be noted in the explanation section on the form, again giving proper disclosure so a buyer can make an informed decision. The reasons for not completing the property disclosure statement over the last few years are varied. Some buyers simply are not aware that they can ask for a property disclosure statement, or that they can make completion of the disclosure statement a term of their agreement. And in a hot real estate market such as we have today, potential buyers often have been reluctant to ask the seller to provide a completed property disclosure statement, in case it takes their offer out of the running. If you fail to provide a property disclosure statement as a seller, some buyers may wonder what the seller doesn't want to tell them about the property, and may jeopardize a successful sale. I hope that this information has been helpful for you, and as always, feel free to reach out to me directly with any questions. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Gemma, for taking the time to share all that great information with us. I hope you find it as helpful as I do. And don't hesitate to reach out to us with any questions about any of these concerns that you would have. We would love to chat.